Hey,
Hey, what's going on?
what's going on,
My
everybody?
son would like your jersey and your hat.
Yeah, I thought I represent. I thought I represent my boys today. So,
Are you still gonna represent them when they go 8-8?
yeah, because it's looking like that's gonna happen. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Unfortunately, we were just talking about it here in the office. It's looking like it's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, because I'm looking at what they did. I don't like the move they made.
Yeah.
But
Drafting
that's
another
me.
running back. Drafting another running back wasn't necessary. They need
Exactly.
some line. They need some line help, and I don't think they picked that up yet. Or addressed it.
Yeah, because I think they imagine that Golf can do more than he can. We're about to find out. So
He's not
running. He needs a running game, a strong. They don't understand. They do understand it, but Todd Gurley made his year great. That year he was great. Not last year.
A great year when they made it to the Super Bowl, based on their running game, based on their offensive line, based on their defense, and all of that has taken a hit, and it hasn't been addressed the way it should be addressed.
That's right. So, and they think they're going to switch it up to, hey, we're going to throw the ball around the yard, and
you paid him $100 million. You got to let him throw it around, right?
But the fact is, why'd you pay him $100 million? He wasn't going nowhere. They ain't paid Dak $100 million, and he actually can throw it around the yard.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? They don't pay a lot of people, so it's like, wait a minute. Nobody's going to pay you that much.
Nobody.
So,
why give him all that money?
Why give him all that money, especially before time?
Yeah.
Let him earn it. You know what I'm saying?
You could have tagged him. You could have waited
until
the rookie deal was up. You didn't have to give him the money. Exactly. You're smart.
That's right. Oh man, I'm just like,
guy,
yeah. You don't have to do all. Lose nobody. You don't know what. Ain't going nowhere.
$1 billion ADM worth.
Where you best admit other than them ugly that it is.
Well, 5 hours long already. So we're gonna get back to football.
I'm sorry. Let's go back to the kids. Hey kids.
Well, we don't blame you. We know it's Officer Lear right there. So they're like, wait, he's our soccer coach. They're talking this other football thing. I don't quite understand, but that's okay.
We got to implement that into the league a little bit. Y'all need to. Well, you do have it. You do it with the Watch Rams, right?
Yeah, well, we're gonna move that over here eventually. Get our version one of these days.
We need to put together that because I think I believe there's so many lessons in football. All sports have them, but there's something special about football that that we got to understand. It's about really working as a team, everybody doing their individual jobs as a unit and making something flow together as one. And you need all 11. Like in basketball, you need one until you get to the NBA, then you might need two.
Until you get to the championship.
Exactly, until you get to the championship. But when it comes to football, everybody got to play well. Everybody. They'll one person will get all the credit, but everybody got to play well. Everybody got to do a special job. Offense, defense. That's right. So it's something special.
Cool.
Anyway.
Well,
let's talk to
start off news.
Okay.
Tons of great conversation during this hour that we have for our pal chat. June 23rd, 2020. I don't know which number this is. Partner, you know which number we're on now?
This is actually 13.
Wow.
Lucky number 13.
Yeah. That's it. So let's start off getting you introduced. So this is Richard T. Jones. He's on a star called The Rookie. we'll get started with tell the kids where you're from. What was one of your first jobs? What was one of your most favorite jobs you ever did prior to getting into acting?
I tell you, I was born in Japan, in Kobe, Japan, but I was raised in Carson, California. So I've always been a South Bay kid for a while, most of my life. Let's see. When it comes to jobs, you know, I've been kind of blessed in that area. I've been very blessed. I went from college to an acting academy to working in the industry. So I never had any other job but being an actor. And so I've been grinding that kind of life my whole life. So it's so I've just been going from one job to another. You know, one of my favorite experiences, I would have to say, was probably the movie The Wood. Had a blast when I was younger. Yeah, that was one of my favorite. Then I did this movie called Event Horizon in London, which was another great experience. That was when I just got married. So it was kind of like a second honeymoon. We went from my honeymoon to London. So we had like 2 honeymoons. And so those were the 2 movies that I really enjoyed and really had a great experience. Just, you know, now I'm on the show, which I love. Because, you know, you tend to find out as you go on in life that it's about the people you surround yourself with, the people that you associate with during the day. Job becomes the job, but then the people that you interact with and you get to, you know, I like to say bless and receive blessing from on the daily is it becomes the most important thing. It's like, how can I help this person? What can I do for this person today? And then when you see that reciprocated and they want to help you, and you know, you understand, you cherish those type of relationships in your work environment. So that's what we have now at The Rookie. The Rookie is one of those shows that everybody just loves on one another tremendously. Too much so, actually.
Okay, so great introduction. You're gonna have to do me a favor and rewind it back and explain to these kids the movie The Wood, because me and Officer Lear, you know, great late night.
I don't know how old are these kids, because I don't want nobody sneaking out. It's a rated R movie. I don't want anybody sneaking out trying to watch this movie. It's you know, it was back in my day where I was way too cursy. So I think every other word out of my mouth is a bad word. But the movie in itself is a coming of age film. The Wood is a special film to me just because my mom actually lives out in that particular area where we shot the movie. And just growing up, you know, I just knew those schools. I went to Sarah in Gardena, and you know, it was an all-boys school when I went there, and now it's co-ed. But it was all boys when I was there. And the private school you wanted to go to at Sarah was St. Bernard. So when the script, it was like, oh man, because that was the place you wanted to be, because they had all the little cute girls and all. You know, everybody wanted to go out to St. Bernard.
Are you bringing back memories now?
Bringing back memories. So that's what happened when I read the script. And I was like, I gotta be in this movie. I have to be in this movie. But it's it relates to everyone. It's one of those movies that I've been around the world, and you know, thank you, Jesus. And I tell you, everybody that have seen that movie, it related to them and their experience when they were growing up. So it's one of those movies that.
Talking about growing up, let's go back to that a little bit. You said that you were born in Japan. After that, you came back here to Carson, and you got into an acting academy. Growing up, what made you want to get into acting? What was it that made you think that could possibly be a career choice?
What's funny is growing up, I didn't think anything about acting. I was growing up. My dad played baseball. My brother played basketball. I was the football player, so I loved football. I didn't see myself doing anything but play football until probably my senior year of high school. I kind of lost the drive and the love for football for some insane reason. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So when I went to college, I was just going to be a lawyer. You know, I liked movies, but I didn't have any type of aspiration to be an actor. I just liked movies, and I loved law movies. So movies like And Justice for All or any type of lawyer movie, I was like, so I said, well, maybe I'll be a lawyer. But I really had no type of idea what I wanted to do. And so when I went to college, I went to Tuskegee first. And while I was at Tuskegee, I took an acting class and didn't think anything of it because I was studying to be a lawyer. And but the teacher saw something in me, and he kind of blackmailed me into auditioning for a play. And I was like, I don't know anything about acting, whatever. He said, "No, you got a little talent. You know, I would love for you to come out to the theater." I was like, "We have a theater?" He was like, "Yeah, we have a theater on campus." I was like, "We do?" I mean, it was on the other side of campus. I never went. And I was like, yeah, it's not really my thing. And he was like, "Look, man, you talk a lot in my class," which I did. And he said, "So you could get a B or you can get a D. You know, choice is yours." And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" He said, "See you tonight." And that started my acting career, actually.
So that first acting class, you go into that first acting class, are they telling you to get up on the stage and recite Hamlet, or what is that first acting class like? Walk us through that process.
It was a monologue class, so he would talk about different. He would talk about Shakespeare, powerful monologues that people have written, and then he would assign them to the class. So he would sign me a monologue, and I would stand up before the class and I would recite. And I thought I wanted to be a litigator, so I thought it'd be good to help me with my opening statements and my closing arguments. And so I figured, all I knew was movies. So, you want to be a lawyer? You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to be, like Philadelphia Denzel and be like, oh, let's embrace this and have those moments, right? So I figured I'd take the class so I can learn how to do that in the courtroom. But for some reason, it's not that, I tell people all the time, it was something that was in me that I wasn't aware of. And this teacher had to bring it out of me. He saw something in me that I didn't see. That's what's great about having great teachers or people or mentors or people that can see you and spend time with you and just sit there and say, I see this gifting in you that most people, hello, Justin, that most people might not see, or not that they don't see, nobody's really looking for it. But as you stood up, as you recited some things, not that you were perfect, but I saw a quality in you that I knew, because this is what I do for a living, that this is a gift within you. And I was like, and this is how you can communicate your life. And it was above my head at the time, but it's just something that, it's one of those things that I wasn't really attracted to it at first. I kind of couldn't stand it. The rehearsal process, I could not. I was like, I couldn't wait for it to be over. But the moment I stepped out on that stage and that life began for me, I knew, like I know my name.
That was it.
Do this for the rest of my life.
That was it. Yeah. Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Boys and girls, just by a show of hands, boys and girls, how many of you have ever thought of becoming a movie star?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'm not sure why everybody's hands up, because we all watch movies, and Derek, you're not so sure?
You see, the reason why it's like this is because one of my best friends, his dad is a really famous creator of shows.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to get into the line of work of being a director and stuff. And he says that maybe in the future, one day he'd want me in one of those things. So I was just
So he saw something in you. That's kind of like Mr. Jones's story. Somebody saw something in him and they said, you should give it a try, or dare him to try the acting. So maybe you'll be in the same line and follow his example.
Yeah, it's one of those things, I tell you, that you kind of it could be alarming in a way where you're just not prepared for it, but that could be a good thing also, because you didn't put so much thought into it. You kind of just walked out there and kind of just experienced things, because there's a lot of actors that you'd be surprised. A lot of actors kind of fell into it just the way I fell into it. It was like, Scott Baio was playing basketball and somebody was like, hey, we're doing this movie over here. You look like, can you act? And they were like, he was like, huh? What are you talking about? They're like, yo, come over here and audition. But he had a quality. And the movie ended up being Bugsy Malone, which started his whole career. You know, it's like, or, Edward Furlong, who was playing basketball at the Y. And they were like, hey, man, you got something about you. And he was like, get out of here, man, whatever. But, like, whatever. And it was like, nah, you should come and audition for this movie. We're doing this movie over here. He was like, yeah, I don't do that. And next thing you know, it's Terminator 2. And he plays young John Connor, and now he has a whole different life. So nobody knows until somebody can. Sometimes when you're born, like, this is what I'm going to do for my life. Sometimes it takes that special person, that mentor, or that teacher, that parent, to sit there and say, this is in you. This is what you need to do. And what's funny is I had an aunt, I still have my aunt, that even when I was young, we, when you're younger and you got a big family like I do, the kids have to put on the talent show at the reunions. The kids, like, what I'm saying, they got to perform for the parents and that kind of stuff.
Derek's shaking his head. I think he understands what you're talking about.
Derek, you got that too? You got to perform for your parents when everybody's there? They like,
almost every Christmas or birthday, they ask me and my older brother to, like, play a song on our instruments for them.
Exactly. All right. So we had to do that type of thing. And I remember my aunt, when she was like, this boy right here, you gonna be entertainment. You gonna do something in the entertainment. And I was like, whatever. And behold, she's the only one that claims it. She's like, I told you. I told you. And I love her much.
So boys and girls, the reason why I asked you if you want to become a movie star is because this man right here, Mr. Jones, is an actual movie star. He gets up, he doesn't go to an office and type a lot of stuff up, reports and stuff like that. He doesn't go out and dig ditches. He doesn't do a lot of the things that normal people do. He's a movie actor. He's an actual actor. So just curious, Justin, how many movies do you think Mr. Jones has been in? How many movies do you think he's acted in? Just a guess.
Since you say that he's been a real actor, like, not like, I know he's real, but like big.
A big time movie actor.
I don't know, more than 20, 30, probably.
Yeah, about 30 movies. That's good. That's a good guess right there. Yeah, it's about 30 movies.
30 movies.
Yeah,
how many TV
a little bit more
shows?
than 30. TV shows, I've been in about 10 TV shows, because I happen to pick good TV shows that stay on for a little bit. So about 10, maybe 15. So yeah, I've been very, very, very blessed in my life. God, God has been good to me.
Amen. Go ahead, Derek. I think you have a question.
Okay, so you said that you thought that you were gonna, like, play football for, like, your entire life. Mm-hmm. Do you ever, like, think back on what could have been if you stayed playing football?
Oh, I would have been great. You've been like, yo, that's Richard Jones of football. I was amazing. I used to give them headaches, Derek. Don't get it twisted. I used to give them headaches. They didn't know what to do with me. I do think about it sometimes, especially because it was it was weird because this is something I always wanted to do growing up. And then my 12th grade year, it just kind of left me. And it didn't come back until, I mean, I was 16 at the time, my 12th grade year. You know, I graduated when I was 16. And I tell you, I didn't start watching football again until maybe I was 26. It just like disappeared, like the love of it all together. It's like I had no desire to watch it. And then once I got like 26 years old, it all came back, like rushed back to me like, wow, what is that about? And now my son plays and he's so much better than me. So, you know, so I sit there and say, oh, maybe it came back for him. So I can instill that into him. And but I tell you, or really both my sons play and they're both great. So I don't know. But I often wonder what it would be like if I played football, other than I would be in the Hall of Fame right now. You guys would be like, oh, wow. Because I would have definitely been at Canton, because that's the way I would have did it.
Yeah, we recently filmed some of our kids, Miguel and Yuritsa. Say hi, Yuritsa.
Hi.
Hi, Yuritsa.
We recently filmed them here at the station. We're doing some stuff for our website, and Yuritsa got real emotional. We asked her some questions about, you know, growing up in the program and this and that, and she got really emotional, and she started to break down. Share something, words of encouragement with our kids, or something that they can use to get over that stage fright, to get over that fear of the camera, to help them express themselves a little bit better.
You know, we all have it. So you know, it's one of those things where the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. But it's just like having a conversation. You always forget about the camera. Never look towards the camera, and just talk to the person on the other side of it. And you just have the conversation. And once you start realizing that it's just you and that person, and it's not the camera or the other people in the room, because once you start doing it professionally, there's more than that camera in the room. You got like 50 people too. You got people with boom over your head. You got makeup coming in, touching your eyebrows. So you got a lot of people around you. So the least of your worries is the camera. You know, so, but the trick is, one, you want to keep doing it, and remember, you're just having a conversation. You know, it's not about a camera. And I do a lot of stuff where it's just me talking and the camera's just me, but I'm always talking to people. And you always want to just say, hey, I'm going to talk to the people and let the camera pick that up. And I'm not worrying about the camera. So it's one of those things where you just got to continue to do it. The more you do it, the better you get at it. It's like brushing your teeth. You did it, you know, you get better as you keep going. Then you get faster. It's like combing your hair. It took a while at first. Now all of a sudden, you know, you get through it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Get the pick on, back, I'm out. And that's it. And that's the way acting is. That's the way every profession is, I believe.
Was that helpful to you, Yuritsa?
Yes, sir.
Was it helpful? Is there anything else you want to ask? Is there something you want to ask? Do you like acting? Do you want to be an actress?
Maybe.
Maybe. You just want to walk down them red carpets. I can look at you. You like the red carpet. That's what you want, huh? You want to take some pictures?
She likes to sing. You should see her on the mat with her judo and jiu-jitsu. She's like this fierce leopard when she goes.
Is that right?
But then, you know, she sings with a lullaby when she puts them to sleep as well. So.
Well, that's sweet of you.
She was actually in a school play recently, right, Yuritsa? You want to talk about that?
At school, we did a play called Aladdin, and I played the part as the genie.
Get out of here! That's the best role in the whole thing. She's gonna be in the cover. She definitely like to do this. You played the genie?
Yes.
That's like the standout role of the whole play. What do you call it? Oh, please. No, she definitely is a big actress then. Is she playing that role?
It's right here, right here. Wait, I'm sure. Wait.
Oh wow! Oh, you were blued up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
There.
That's great. That's amazing.
Yeah, she totally
I love that.
undersold that, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I would have. Oh please. Nobody plays a genie unless it's in your blood. That's like the best. That's like you got to know what you're doing because you have to be funny. You have to be dramatic. You got to do it all playing the genie. So they always put the strongest person at the genie. That's the strongest actor. So that means you're really good. If you play the genie, that means you're really good.
Absolutely. Justin, does your sister want to act?
Yeah, she and I have been in school plays sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see you acting, Justin. You have that talent. I can see that.
Yeah, because when I besides I love playing sports, but also when I after I look at these, I'm like I'll do that one day, and then I try my best to try to one day become what I wanted to. So yeah, the same for me.
Okay.
So you're going to get some good information in today's chat. Really good information. Make sure you listen up. Go ahead, Miguel.
My question is, do you ever get the feeling that when you watch your movies, do you ever think about like you wanted to change it?
Good question.
All the time. Every time. Yeah, I'm one of those actors that don't really like watching himself. So it's like you always look at what you could have done better, or you sit there and say, I should have made this choice or that choice. So you can nitpick yourself to, unfortunately you can nitpick it all to the fullest. But I try to kind of step away from myself and really enjoy how everybody else is receiving it. So when I go see premieres and stuff like that, I look at how people are interacting and receiving my performance more than I'm looking at my performance, because you kind of just want to leave it out there. You kind of want to do it and then kind of say, I just trust the director. You do it as many different ways and many different takes, and then you sit there and you just trust the director to put it together, because he's telling a story and he needs everybody to play their part specifically. So you kind of I should have did it like this to be more dramatic or more like this, but in the reality of the story, I needed to play it the simple way, which I did. So so you kind of try to step back from it. But yeah, always you look at yourself and you say, I could have did this. I wish I would have did that. So that's just part of it. That's just part of it.
Brother Jones, I might be mistaken, but weren't you in Finding Nemo too?
Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
No. I was in a movie like a little a different type of film. It was a comedy. It was called Nemo, but it wasn't Finding Nemo like the movie Finding Nemo. No, because if I did that movie, I'd be at a bigger house somewhere.
Sitting on the gold couch. Sitting on the gold plated couch.
I'll be sitting on my gold couch like this, yeah.
Go ahead, Justin.
I know a lot of famous people. Somebody has.
Amanda wants to ask something right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Amanda, ask.
How many famous people have you met?
Oh.
Besides yourself.
Besides myself. Because I see myself every day. Let's see. Wow. A lot. I pretty much, anybody my age and older, I've met. When it comes to the young bucks, I haven't met all of them, but I met a few. I met a lot. I met a lot of people. So a lot of people that have won awards I've met.
Who is the most famous person that you met where that you got nervous a little bit. You know, you're in the industry, you meet a lot of people, you get used to meeting them, but somebody that might have been your idol or somebody you watched growing up, and when you met them, you got a little bit nervous because they were there in real life.
Okay. Derek, yes, I do know Kevin. We used to play PlayStation. I used to beat him up on PlayStation. Now now he's super. Now he got big on me. I can't get him on the phone no more. No, I'm playing. Yeah. Who made me nervous when I met Meryl Streep, because she's like my favorite actress, my favorite actor. Period. When I met her, I just kind of like, oh, you know, Meryl Streep. The first time I met Morgan Freeman, I was kind of like, ooh. First time I met Denzel, I was kind of like, oh, it's Denzel, man. You know, and we actually screen test with Denzel once, so it was kind of like, oh, dang, I get to, you know, work with Morgan, you know, but I had the screen test with Denzel, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to do my thing. And he paid me a very big compliment, so I appreciate that meeting. I think the person that, and Meryl was up there, but I tell you, probably the top person was Sidney Poitier.
Oh, wow.
I met Sidney Poitier at a restaurant, and my daughter's named Sydney. That's how much I love Sidney Poitier. Okay, the first thing I did was Raisin in the Sun, and they introduced it to me by watching the Sidney Poitier version of Raisin in the Sun, because I didn't know anything about the play. And so he was like the first actor that kind of geared me into being an actor. And then when I finally met him, I was kind of speechless on that. And such a sweet man. Such a sweet man.
Just a bit of history, boys and girls. Sidney Poitier was the first African-American male to win a Grand
Best actor.
Oscar. Yeah, best actor.
Best actor Oscar, yes.
Go ahead, Lee.
Raisin in the Sun, because that's another one of his huge roles. They're probably not familiar with the play or the movie. There's been several remakes throughout time over.
That's right. They did one with Puffy and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Hip opera, right?
Hip hop one. Now he was actually pretty good. I ain't gonna lie about it. I went to go see him on Broadway. He was pretty good.
Justin's sister, what type of acting did you do? What type of plays did you act in?
So we did like it was like a long time ago. We did Inside Out. We also did the first Frozen movie.
I was Olaf.
Okay.
Was like,
is that right? Olaf. So you're the comedian. You made people laugh?
Yeah. Cause on my first act, I got stage fright like a bit. Since he was like a coach, he was there to help us with stage. He made the plan stuff. I got nervous, and then I was like,
Derek, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I want to ask if you know like this movie or like TV show writer or like creator. His name's David Shore.
David Shore?
Yeah.
No, what show has he written on? Or does he write on?
A Good Doctor.
Oh, Get Out.
He does
all the time. And I'll look for your guy. So what's the writer's name?
David Shore.
David Shore. Okay, I'm gonna look for him.
How's
Tell him to write me something. Tell him to write me something, by the way, when you see him.
How's your?
Hey, Jake, are you on? Jake, how's it going?
Good.
Good. Jake, have you ever thought about acting or done any acting growing up?
No.
No, not your thing. Okay.
You sure, Jake? Are you sure, Jake?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. Well,
So,
will you think about it, Jake?
Yeah.
Okay, think about it.
So you kind of alluded to it earlier, but some of our kids are kind of shy, you know, whether it's this Zoom chat, whether it's in a group of a bunch of kids, they get shy and don't want to express their personality or talk up. What helped you with that? You know, just take us through that again. What helped you with overcoming your shyness, overcoming your? I know you said you talked a lot in class, but
but personal talk. You know what I'm saying? You know, because all these shy kids talk a lot in class too, but you're not making a scene in class. You know, when it comes to overcoming, you wouldn't believe how many people are shy. Michelle Pfeiffer. If you see her on the street, man, she's so shy. Like, she's such an introvert that people you wouldn't recognize her that much. You know what I'm saying? But there is you kind of trick yourself, not a trick, but you just understand that we all have all these characters in us. You know, I don't care how shy you are. You love playing in Cops and Robbers. You love playing, you love playing make-believe when you're in your room by yourself or all kinds of stuff. So when it comes to becoming a performer, you just kind of look inside yourself and say, I remember playing this guy or being this person. And you just let that person out. You let that time when you were young and you just like to play and you make believe come out. You know, I tell people all the time, we get paid money to make believe what we did back in the backyard, back growing up, just playing with a bunch of kids in the backyard, pretending that you were Muhammad Ali or you were this or and we get the blessing of making money doing that for a living. So I think when it comes to overcoming your shyness, you just got to realize that it's just taking steps. You just take a step of understanding that, I've done this since I was a kid. There's no shy kids. They're just kids that they're observant. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no shy kids. It's just that you kind of talk yourself into being shy because you don't want to be embarrassed or you don't want to make a fool of yourself. So I try to really end that in my life. I just make a fool of myself early.
So it's funny you say that, right? Because you just described one of our past PAL kids who now is like one of our best employees here for PAL. They started as a very shy kid, and they actually happen to be a big fan of your show. And I wanted to ask something right now because she's kind of the mastermind behind all our tech stuff for this here. But what you just said reminded me so much of her, because when I first met her, she didn't talk. Now she's like, hey, she's out of her box, Now
she won't shut up.
Get him, Cynthia. Get him now.
Shy kid.
There's
no such thing. Yeah. They just don't know you yet. Once they know you, the shyness is over.
Exactly. That's what happened here. And see, she's still being quiet, although I know she's deep down itching. She has something to ask, and we're giving her a chance. Going once, going twice.
Ask.
We're going to have to get the executive on and say, oh, there she goes. Look at that.
Here she goes.
You got to give me a second to think of a question.
So she's a huge fan of The Rookie. She always comes in every week and says, did you watch The Rookie this week? Did you? And me and Lee are officers, right? So we look at it a little differently than somebody who's
he wouldn't have
we don't hold on radio like that.
Look, and I'm So I was like, look, can we do it this way? Because I said, because cops don't do it that way, but sometimes you have to do it for the camera. So you have to hold it a certain way so they can see your mouth and that kind of stuff. That's the only, so just so you know before you get on us too much, a lot of things we have to do because of camera. So we can't do it the proper way. Or just storytelling wise. But we always try to do it the right way.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. And that the uniform looks great, and it looks like a really interesting show. But Miss Cynthia is a huge fan of that show. Really big fan of that show.
Cynthia, I've always appreciated your taste. I appreciate that. I always knew you were the best of them. By the way. All right. Because you're definitely the smartest. I can tell. If you love the show, then she's doing something right, guys. Y'all better keep this one. She's special.
Yeah, we don't know if we're gonna keep her though. Ilker, tell us what's in the background again. Tell us what's that in the background.
Yeah.
Tell us what's that thing in the background. I don't think Brother Jones knows what that is.
I don't.
It's a skeleton and piggy mode.
Oh. Everybody got their little digital backgrounds on, man. I'm trying to get like you guys. Every time I do it, I look like I can't do mine. Mine's always come out funky. You guys are doing great.
Ilker, tell us how old you are, sir.
What?
How old are you?
Tell us how old are you?
6. I'm 6.
You're 6 years old? Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
Yeah. You a little shy, Ilker?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that we wanted to talk about today. That's one of the things that Brother Jones is explaining to us. You should get over your shyness. You know what I mean? Because so many doors will open up to you if you can get over that initial shyness. He explained to us how in school he might have started off shy, but he realized there was something deeper within him, and he had to overcome that fear. So hopefully one day you, and not just you, Justin, and everybody else on this chat will take heed to that word of advice from him.
And when I tell you I was shy, guys, you got to understand, I was born in Japan. What I did not tell you is I did not speak English. All right. And then I moved to Carson, California. So I want you to really understand this. I went to a school where all these black kids would look at me and I could not speak a lick. I barely understood what they were saying. And I was like, I would cry. I was depressed. I couldn't communicate. So I had not only learned the language, and of course, even now to this day, there's certain, I have a problem with my S's, you know, I got to kind of work those things out. I said, but it took a while to really just get comfortable in my own skin, just because, even when I knew the language, because you always kind of share. So I was shy, except at home. And the fact of the matter is, like I said, there's really no shy kids. It's just people that don't know other people. So once I know you, then the shyness is gone. And, you know, so I know he's not shy to people he knows. So you just got to walk around and understand that, hey, I know everybody. So let me just go around and I'm going to talk to you like we've known each other for a long time while I get to know you. And I'm just going to speak as if I already know you. And once you wrap your mind around those things and make that adjustment in your head, that brings out the ability to communicate to everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great advice. Great advice.
Let's ask a question. Go ahead and ask.
My question is, during all 30 plays, what kind of theme, like scary or romance type of play?
I mean, movies.
Like movies?
Yes.
I've done them all. I've done the romantic ones. I've done the scary ones. I've done the sci-fi ones. I've done a lot of cop and robber ones. They're all fun. I've done comedies, which are I love comedies. They're all fun. They all have their different challenges. Action is a lot of work. People don't know how much work it is. You have to do a lot of running and a lot of jumping, and gotta get in shape where you pull stuff, and people get hurt real quick, and you gotta still figure that out. And what's funny about the scary movies is they're not scary to make as much as it is to watch. So we actually laugh a lot during scary. Like when you're doing scary movies, you actually have a lot of fun, like playing around. But when you're watching it, it looks like we're like really scared and stuff like that. So I always tell people when it comes to scary movies, those can be misconceived, because we have actually a really fun time. I did Event Horizon, which was like a scary sci-fi movie, and we had a blast. We laughed so much. I didn't even know we were making a scary movie until I saw like a commercial for it. I was like, oh, it was a scary movie?
Well, I have one question for you from my partner here, because you got to work with one of his all-time favorite people. That is
okay.
Jackson. So tell him about that, so he can go goo goo gaga and cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over that experience.
I'm sorry, I can barely hear you. You said I got to work with who?
Janet Jackson.
Oh, Janet Jackson? Did you say Janet Jackson? I'm like, did you say Janet Jackson? They don't got that. They ain't get that, but that's for the fellas up here.
Yeah, kids, don't listen. Plug your ears, kids. Plug your ears.
And you're talking about shy. This woman is shy. Okay, until she gets to know you.
1 second, brother. Who knows Janet Jackson? Who knows who we're talking about? Anybody ever heard of that before? Janet Jackson? Michael Jackson's sister. You guys ever heard of Michael Jackson?
Y'all don't know Janet Jackson?
They're kids, man. These kids.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Michael Jackson.
At the times, right?
Yeah, they're the Jacksons. Jake, you know who Janet Jackson is?
I know who Michael Jackson is.
Okay, who knows who Michael Jackson is?
Me.
Can everybody raise their hand if you know who Michael Jackson is?
Yuritsa said no. Yuritsa, you don't know. Jake knows.
Yuritsa, okay. You don't know who Michael Jackson is? Cynthia, do you don't know who Michael Jackson is, Cynthia? Oh, well, raise your hand too. So like help them out. Help us out here, Cynthia.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Well, this is Michael Jackson had a sister. So it went, and when you talk about famous, it goes Michael and then Janet. Am I right, guys?
That's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when it comes to famous wise, yeah, and the whole family's famous. But when it comes to most popular, it went Michael Jackson, and then right under him was Janet Jackson. There was a time in the 80s she was like running things. She was running things. But she is the sweetest woman in the world. Very quiet until she gets to know you. But once she gets to know you, she'll loosen up. And she's funny, loving. We happened to be filming the second one during the time that Mike passed. So we got to spend some time together and got to talk and got to know each other even closer then. But great. I mean, when you talk about mega stars, but you never know what you're gonna get when you come in. You're always weary. What can I say? What can I not say? Can we be close? Should I go near her? Should I say hi? But when you meet people like her, she just kind of just tears down all those walls of like, I'm just Janet. It's like I'm just, when it comes down to it, it's just people. And when you love on people, you'd be surprised. Everybody's looking to be loved on.
Amen.
So just go on and love on folks.
Amen. Go ahead, Miss Cynthia.
I had a quick question. Maybe some of the kids can take something from this, but how do you deal with rejection in the industry when someone tells you no? How do you move forward?
Good question.
That's a good one. That's a real good one, because there's a lot of rejection in this industry when you first start, especially unless you got a different type of blessing on you. But you know, the way I dealt with it, rejection, you know, was always a fuel for me. So everybody's gonna be a little different. So it really depends on who you are. But I always took rejection as an opportunity to get better. I always took rejection as an opportunity to sit down and say, you guys just don't see it. You know, I took the opportunity to look at rejection as, it's not really a rejection. I'm just before their time. They don't get me yet. But let me prove that I belong here. Let me go and let me prove that I belong here. So I just go back to the lab and I would practice, I would rehearse, I would watch film. I would understand that there's things that you do for the camera you might not do on stage. So you know, because when you stage, learn how to do stage acting, and then when you start moving on to film and television, then you have to learn how to do film and television acting, which is a little bit different. It's a little more subtle. You got to understand. You got to trust the camera. You got to know the lenses. You got to know that type of stuff. So you always want to be learning. Even to this day, I'm always learning. I'm always trying to expand my knowledge, because it's all about what you know, and that brings out confidence. The more we know, the more confident you'll be in different situations. So when it comes to rejection, I just, you know, I always felt it as an opportunity to say, you guys just don't get it yet, but I'm gonna make sure you get it tomorrow though. Let me just keep going at it. Let me keep trugging along. So I kind of fed off of it, but I know a lot of people who had different responses to it. So you have to know yourself, and because it's a lot in the sense of, but you can't take it personal, because there's so many to decide why you got the role and not the other person. Because he's a better actor, or she's a better. It could be because you're too tall for the lead actor, or you're too short, or they're looking for somebody who's skinny, or they're looking for somebody who had wild hair. You know, it's like it's not really. I hate to put it this way. Most of the time, it's not about the acting. It's about the certain. I like them, but he has green eyes. We want somebody with brown eyes. I mean, it could go. It could, you know, it's like and so it's just, so you get to a point where you understand. I can't take it personally. They're just looking for something. They could be looking for something specific, and sometimes they just don't know.
In the same aspect, is there a role that you tried out for that probably get, or one that you turned down on your own that sticks in your mind that you regret, that you look back and say, I wish I would have got that, or I wish I didn't turn that role
down? There's a couple roles I should have got. All right. So I told you I tested with Denzel for a movie. That movie was Devil in a Blue Dress.
Oh,
okay.
Man.
The reason I did not get that role is because I was too tall and too young. The person who got that role is somebody you know as Don Cheadle. And his all right. And now you know Don Cheadle, who Don Cheadle is, don't you? Because of that role. All right, but that's a role I should have got. And Don was great. I love Don. So Don was amazing in the role. But that role was mine. I killed it. All right. But I was too tall, and you know, the character's name was Mouse, and they were trying to figure it out. We'll call him Mouse because he's tall. It was like, that's why I said rejection can have different forms. Another movie that broke between me and another person, which he definitely deserved after seeing the performance. I thought I had it though. Was a little movie called Jerry Maguire. And the actor who got it, his name was Cuba Gooding Jr., because he won an Oscar for that movie. He won an Oscar for that movie, which I was like, oh, I'm going to kill this thing. and I was like, and he killed it, and he got the Oscar. So those are the two movies that I regret not getting. There was a movie. I'm trying to think of the movie I kind of passed on. Oh,
you know
The Best Man. I passed Man because I did the Wood. And I was like,
and it was too similar.
Exactly. I said, we just did a wedding movie. They wanted Tay too, and I was like, we just kind of did a movie together. I was like, dang, I should have did that movie. That looked so much fun. I love New York. I was like, and they shot in New York. It was anyway.
Just going back to Cuba Gooding. Cuba Gooding did a great job. Of course, he won the Oscar, like you said. Yeah. But the football stuff that he did.
You know, and I could play ball, so I was like, that's why I was like, I'm about to kill this thing. You know, Cuba's a dancer. And let me tell you, when it comes to actors playing football the way they did, he wasn't that bad. I've seen worse. You know, you sit there like, oh man, you can't play a lick. Now for you know, I had a big thing. They offered me Any Given Sunday. Not Jamie Foxx's role. Otherwise, I would have played it.
I knew you were gonna go there.
Not Jamie Foxx's role. Otherwise, I would have been in the movie. The reason, but that's the role I wanted. That's why I didn't do the movie. But before, and I did it. And you gotta remember, I was in. Foxx even got involved. So even with Don Cheadle, I was involved before Don Cheadle got involved. But I really want. And I remember being out there with so many actors that I'm not gonna name because I'm not gonna embarrass anybody. But they could like a football. I was like, you guys are awful. I was like, you guys are awful.
I think we know who you might be talking about, but we'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. But
go ahead.
But
will not be named.
Yeah, they will not be named, especially by me. You know.
Go ahead, Lee.
There was a delay because I just said something, so you didn't hear it.
Oh, no.
So I don't know where I left off at on that. But anyway, great stuff. We're coming to that time. And so we haven't done a challenge in a while. I don't know, Jeff, you think we should hit this one with the challenge?
Of course. As we always do about this time, we do challenges and the winner gets a medal. We have medals to give out to our kids for whoever Brother Jones decides is the best one in this field today. So today our challenge is going to be best acting skills. Since we have a big time actor on here, you guys could either do some acting from a play you've already done or a favorite movie, a favorite TV show. If you want to act with your sibling, go ahead. But whoever does the best scene gets a medal today. Who's in?
Right.
I got his hands. Who wants to do it? Nobody? Anybody? Justin?
No.
Yuritsa, okay. Yuritsa is going to do it. Cynthia,
I tell you,
is going to do
if
it.
nobody raises their hands, I'm going to do it so I can get the medal.
Yeah.
That's the easy competition.
Who else? Justin, Ilker.
Come on.
What?
Who else is in?
Who's in for the challenge?
Us.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Justin and his sister. All right, Yuritsa, the screen is yours. Put the camera in front of you, Yuritsa, and give us your best acting role, whether it's a commercial, a play, a movie, something you've seen before.
Is it going to be Yuritsa and Miguel or just Yuritsa?
Yuritsa, Miguel.
Oh, they shut off the camera so they can get ready. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think they're standing up and look, they got yoga mats in their roam. You see that? They got the official mats in there.
They getting deep. Mat. They're putting it together.
They about to put the blue screen up too? My goodness, they're going to Jurassic Park. They're doing it big time.
Let's see.
Win.
Do the easy ones from the genie.
Okay.
Okay, pan the camera down a little bit so we can see her more. Oh, no, not that low. I want to read the. There you go. The face. There you go. Hey, there we go.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Okay. Say that. Wait. Only 10,000 years and a tin can will give me such a crook in the neck.
She did Aladdin. Look at that. She did Aladdin.
Yeah, that's the only part I remember. Only funny part I can remember.
That was
That's
awesome.
funny. That is awesome.
Was that it?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, Justin, you're up.
That was really funny.
Is it something that I've done before, or can I make one up?
You can make it up on the spot, something you've seen before, whatever motivates you, brother.
Okay. Get time to set up real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
They're getting ready for you.
I'm telling you, like productions. All right. I can't be mad at y'all. Get it right. Get it right.
Let me get ready myself. Me. La, 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 la. That's how I get warmed up.
Look, that's how.
Yep.
Yep.
You hear that all?
Ilker was shaking his head like, please stop.
Get the cane and pull him off the stage now.
All right, Justin, we're ready.
My sister is having stage fright right now. Right now, she's so nervous. She's running all over the house.
There you go. Just take your mind off of it. Take your mind off of it.
Yeah, doing it.
Okay.
You remember, like Brother Jones said, don't even look at the camera. Act like the camera's not even there.
That's
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
This is going to be good. I can tell.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fight scene.
Oh, action. Uh-oh. Whoa.
Wow.
Oh.
Don't do that now.
Somebody call the police.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, get away from me!
Oh.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow, it's for real.
Yeah.
right to make fun of it. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Okay, hold on, Justin. Hold on.
That was a lot of choreograph. You choreographed that in 2 seconds.
Awesome choreography. Why aren't you guys in my jiu-jitsu class, huh?
I
We
thought they
do
were.
choreography like that. Why are you not in my class?
They never told me, but I would like to join.
See, now I'm going to have the Pinedos break out that blue mat and give them a quick demo so they can see what they're missing. Let's go. Hurry up.
I thought they were in their class the way they did that.
Self-defense demo. You got to do it because they impressed us.
That was awesome.
Man.
So if we have no more challengers, the decision is between those two. Last
we got another challenge?
Any?
I think Cynthia wanted to go. Cynthia, are you trying to do this?
Oh, Kevin Vermeer has just joined us.
Come on, Cynthia. I heard, like, you trying to do this?
No.
Do a little scene for us. Do a little scene for us. Iker, you gonna do something for us? A little bit. Just do a little something. You can play Shy Brother. Do Shy Brother. Come on, Iker. A little bit.
They'll
challenge everybody. I'm gonna challenge everybody. Come on, Jake. Where you at, man? Jake, take the picture off and come on up. Come back up to us. Come on, Jake. Can you hear me, Jake?
Oh, there he goes.
Where you at? Here we go. There you go, Jake. There you go, man. Come on, man. Do something. Do a little something for us. Huh? No? Can you talk? Say you don't want to do a little bit?
No.
It's for metal, man. Come on. This metal's nice. It's pure gold. Come on. Y'all haven't seen the Golden Child, man? I want the knife.
That Shy Brother is great. That's great. We're gonna have to introduce them to that one. That was great.
You know, we gotta do Shy Brother. All right, guys. So Lee, I know you're trying to do something. Come on now, Lee. I know, look. He didn't want to have to do it, but he tried. Look, go ahead.
I'm not in a place or space where it's safe. They got me in the tucked up corner.
Oh, okay.
I'm in the fire hazard. Hey, I'd audition for you. You know, hey.
Come on, Cynthia. Look. You know they hiring a bunch of folks on the rookie.
Well, it's up to Lyric. Last year, the department got me. I actually had to audition for a play since he was out of it. You know, it's up to him this year.
Oh, okay. Look at
right.
What you gonna do for us? Come on now, do a little something for us. Anybody? Well, then if I have to pick somebody out of the two performances I've seen, you're gonna have two medals, officer. You gotta give them two medals because they're different type of performances.
What about you?
One was comedy and one was action adventure. One was action. So that it's hard to it's like we're gonna have to split it because they were both excellent.
So 4 medals then, is that what you're saying? Because there's 2 people in each acting scene. So you're saying we should give out 4?
Then it's but are they gonna split the 2 medals and know each other and they can just
one person was a cameraman, so that's 3 people.
That's right. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's 3 people because one was the cameraman. So you only need 3 men.
Brother Jones, you're gonna break our budget.
Already broken. What are you talking
3 medals. You know, because one was action adventure and the other one was comedy, man. And this, you can't.
Sounds good. All right. So you say both participants should get a medal.
Both participants. All right. So I'm saying bravo and brava.
There it is. Yuritsa, this is your 3rd medal or your 4th medal?
This is her 4th, I guess.
This is your 4th time winning the challenge.
You the Meryl Streep of medals? Are you the Meryl Streep of medals? My goodness, you just win every award.
He is.
My goodness.
What did you, Justin?
Wait, who won?
Both of you guys won. Both of y'all, you guys have split the prize. Don't get
so we're
going to
make sure we give you and your sister a medal, and Yuritsa and Miguel are also going to get a medal, okay?
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Make sure.
I don't know about Miguel. Miguel was the cameraman.
You guys got to come try out for the team.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's when you will receive your medals when y'all show up to try out for the team.
Yeah, they over there doing Jackie
We got
Chan
blackmail you.
and Michelle. What's her name?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It was hard, because you can't beat that type of action.
Brother Jones, I can't express to you how grateful we are to have you, to have spent this time with our kids, to have picked a winner, to have given some invaluable advice to all of our kids, all of the participants here on the Zoom chat. But before we get you out of here, words of wisdom. We always finish off on our wow, our words of wisdom, something our kids can take away with them, something they can use to help motivate them growing up. I like the cartwheel, Justin. Something they can use to help motivate them in school, out of school, and just in their journey in life.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank you guys for inviting me. This has been a pleasure, especially, you know, we're all locked up in the house with the COVID thing and all kinds of stuff. So this is such a great honor and a privilege to be asked to do such a thing, especially for this cause. Just to be able to talk to these kids and see their lovely faces. You know, I miss my babies. My babies ain't babies no more. They're all old, so they don't. I miss this stage of life. So I appreciate this very much. When it comes to the message for the children, it's just like, hey guys, study hard. What you know is so important. You know, people don't want to tell you knowledge is the key to life. The more you know, and the more you can actually address, and the more confidence you'll have. Knowledge and confidence go hand in hand. And the more confidence you have, the more you can actually go out and succeed in power. You know, I believe I'm a strong man of faith. I'm a strong man when it comes to believing in God. So I always say, keep God first. Understand He is your source of everything. So, and He has for your life. And then you fall in line with that plan, every door will open for you. Success is bound to happen because you were born to be successful. So but that first. You know, I believe in identity. I believe in knowing who you are and trusting in that. So if you believe, everybody else will. But don't expect anyone to believe before you believe. So if you believe you're great, then everybody else will say, look how great this person is. But a lot of times we don't have that confidence within ourselves. So, and that confidence goes with knowledge. So understand, read, learn what you can, get both the argument, not just one. Know exactly as much as you can about things, and then watch the doors fly open for you. I see nothing but success on all you kids. So continue to go with the program, continue to honor these officers. Understand that honor is the way of life. If you honor, just like you honor your parents, you'll be blessed. You'll be blessed. Anyway, if you guys ever get history and you know, give me a job here or there, I appreciate it. But thank you for sharing this time with me. You guys have blessed my heart so much. And I just wish you the best.
Strong message. Thank you, Brother Jones. Strong message. Boys and girls, you get an opportunity, tune into The Rookie. You can watch it on
Sunday
demand,
night,
I would assume.
Yeah, you can do
Sunday
it on demand because you guys be asleep. Yeah, you be asleep when it comes on. It comes on Sunday nights, 10 o'clock ABC. You guys should be asleep. Be asleep.
ABC.
Yeah,
ABC.
ABC.
You hear that? He's on major network TV. TV. Yeah, make sure you tune into that, guys.
Yeah.
And
DVR.
And you get a chance.
DVR.
Thank you, Mr.
DVR.
Once again, thank you so much.
Get a chance.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys for being on. I appreciate you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Thank you again, Brother Jones. You were awesome.
Oh, no problem. Thank you, officers. Cynthia, I expect to see you. I expect to see you next time. I expect you to have a scene for us next time.
Well, you know, we go to Warner Brothers every now and then, so we're gonna bring her next time.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah.
All right, because she over there smiling, but I wanted to talk more.
Yeah.
You're supposed to help us out more. Well, bless you guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.